Hello, my name is Flying Magpies and welcome back to the Minecraft Realm series. As you can see, I'm starting things back off in the shopping district and... wait a second, is that a pig up there? Looks like it, and I'm going to have to get rid of that eventually. Anyway, I'm back here in the shopping district and today I'm going to be building a couple of shops in here, hoping to roll in some more diamonds which I need to start building up my tools. The first of those shops is going to be here. I haven't quite worked out what it's going to sell, but I'm thinking put it on the corner and so that way people can come in here as well as in from this side. Yeah, as I said earlier, I'm still yet to decide exactly what it's going to sell, but I'm thinking sand and gravel because that was two things that were rather popular last time I was on this realm, the last world on this realm, and as well as logs because that is something I can get pretty easily with my log farm back home. While I'm thinking of the ideas for this store, I think I might build up some more of these pathways. So I'll go all the way around what TYS's shopping mall. I'll do some of the ones up here, and then I'll get back and see if I've got some good ideas. Well, as you can see, I've put a bit of the road around from here and here, but I ran out of resources, so I couldn't finish the fourth and fifth line across here, and of course this bit here. However, I have decided what I'm going to put here. It's going to be an iron farm shop. Now, the design I'm thinking of is to put a little bit of a hole down here, a little bit of iron farm design in the floor. So I'm going to have to dig this all up so that it'll be water draining to a little bit of a hole where there'll be lava. And I might put a couple of iron golems in it to make it look nice, and that will all be sunk into the floor. So I think it would look quite nice, and I'm going to get started on building it now. And there we go, it's one built iron farm shop. Now, obviously the purpose of this isn't very well put out because it's just got a floor and a bit of a roof, so I'm going to have to put a few more decorations in. What I'm thinking at the moment is actually put this wall back a bit and bring this post forward one bit, and then sink into this wall a little segment where I can put an iron golem and put some signs or some book or something like that, and then that will be a little bit more clear what this shop is designed to sell. And there we go, just a little bit of a segment for my iron golem. So I just need to put that there, that there, that there, put the pumpkin on top, and then... oh wait, no, I don't need to carve it. I thought I did. Never mind. There we go, so one iron golem, and I've probably put a little bit too big a space for it. So I might need to bring this wall in a bit, which is a bit of a pity since I've put that close in. Oh well. Now with nighttime approaching, I can now see exactly how much this is not lit up. Obviously the iron golem has a bit of a space, and you can see I've brought in the back wall a bit, but this bit over here is quite dark, and while there will be lights in the passageway, I do want my individual store to be lit up. So let me see, I have 8 glowstones, so I could probably put one there, and not in the corner. This is a little bit trickier than I thought. Maybe I'll just stick one there anyway. So I'll just stick one in each of the 4 corners. So let's see, one there, one there, one here, and one over here. And there we go, a fully lit up store. And this isn't quite a square, I think. So these 4 squares would be the center, so don't really want to waste 4 around the center. At any rate, there's the lava in the middle, which should also light it up. So I would consider this store just about complete. I just need to put in some signs, a payment box, and all that jazz, and it'll be done. And there we go. While it's not the best looking shop in the world, I think it's functionally complete. It doesn't really need much redstone or anything other bits. At any rate, so we've got the iron farm building store. Place your order in the book located in the chest, so there we go. Each farm costs 64 diamonds. Now I realise that's quite a high cost, but for someone who's going to be digging out everything, making all the doors, putting all the villagers in it, that means costing potions and golden apples. So I'm going to have to supply all that. So yes, place all the diamonds and I'll contact you for the location, and thank you for using the store. So any people watching this farm and this video and you're on the server, just contact me for all your iron farm needs. Another thought I had was to actually put the words iron farm just like on these banners, just like the letters on these banners up here. So I put iron farm up here as well as up here on this side. So I might get started on that now. And there we go, the banners have been created. Now I decided that I'm going to put them on these fences up here, so they hang just one more block lower than the rest of the building, than the rest of the things. So let's see, it's no, I need it on that one to the left, just one more piece. So the I, the R, the O, the N, then a space, F, A, another R, an M, oops, that's too many, and an S. And I'm going to do the same on the other side. Let's CRRON space FAR. I need an M. Where did the M go? Over here. And there we go. Up there. Put it up. And there we go. Iron. Oh wait, no, that didn't quite fit. I forgot to leave a space. After this little mishap, I have fixed it up, so now this store is ready for business. It should hopefully get me a whole stack of diamonds. Well, given that the payment is one full stack of diamonds, but it's going to hopefully get me lots and lots of diamonds, which I can then spend in other places in this place, which are yet to be built. And now that I've finished my first shop in here, I think it's time to start building up this wall a little bit more. So that'll be the red terracotta and the cyan concrete powder, as well as the spruce leaves and the dark oak stuff on the side as well, and the windows. So I'm going to get started on that now. Bit of an update, I've finished off this tower as well as this tower over here and lined the top over here. Now I just have to figure out exactly how I built these again so I can replicate it on this side. It's going to be quite a bit of work. Just a bit of an update for you guys, I've managed to put in the bottom row of this, and obviously the top row is just a little bit harder. I think this is perfectly aligned exactly as it is there, but I'm going to have to do quite a few more checks. And this took me about maybe an hour and a half, and I had to do this. This side was easy peasy, but this side I built it, then I thought it was wrong, and adjusted it one more block to the left, and then it turned out it was actually wrong. So I had to put it one block back to the right, and I think it's correct now. So on with the process of building. And there we go, the pattern is now replicated across to this side of the wall. Obviously I've still got the glass to go, but I can quickly install that, and then I can get on to the next part of the projects that I have for today. Now the next few things I would like to work on are a few things around this shopping centre. Now I'd like to build a little bit of a pathway here and make it go around here, just a few clean up things around here, and the next project I've also got lined up is something around to do with this. Now obviously this juts out into where another store could be, so we'll neaten this up, perhaps put a little water feature or something, some decoration, so it's not just a little bit of a blank wall, and that should help improve the look of the shopping centre. Now I reckon the first thing I should do is to make sure this is a little bit safer. Now I'm thinking just put a whole stack of spruce leaves and build up the wall so it comes all the way up to the top here. So let's see, 1, 2, 3, and I'll keep doing that. And I really should have some, what do you call them? I really should have those shears in my hand in case I misplace like I just did a few seconds earlier. But that's all the way back at my base, and I can't at the moment be bothered going back. And there we go, that looks tons better. It looks really, really good, I reckon. Probably could do with a little bit of a background on each of the sides where there isn't actually anything, like just here, put a little bit of a base thing, especially on this side, but maybe on this side as well, so the leaves don't look see-through. Now this little space over here is probably just a little bit too small for a shop, so I'm thinking just turn it into a little bit of a water feature. So I'll put this over here, one more block, and build this up nicely. There we go. And then we'll put some jungle wood over here. Again, build myself up. Just do that, not quite like that, but yes, you get the picture over here. There we go, and then I can put some spruce leaves around it, and there we go. And there we go, it's finished. Not probably the best water feature in the world, it's just a little bit of a thing that keeps this little bit, fills this little bit, and makes it not look like an empty space. Of course, now that I've put the glass in, I realise that this could now be converted into a water elevator, but since I do have a stairs there, I might not do it, and it will require 2 or some complex redstonery to change this into an up and a down at the same time. I suppose that's a project for the future. Now the next bit I'd like to work on is a little bit of archway over here, filling in the gap between these two end pillars, I guess you could call them. So I'm going to hop into a creative world and see what I can do. And now that I'm in the creative world, I can play around with this quite a bit. So I'm thinking at the moment to have this a bit of an arch, so going up, let's have a look, something like that, and then I'll do the same on this side, so it's over here, 1, 2, and go up a block, and then up a block again. Now, does that look good? Not really, I'm not really convinced. I think it really needs some of the slabs or stairs, which I don't really have in the terracotta, or the concrete for that matter, so I'm going to have to play around a little bit more. And then of course I need to backstop this cyan concrete, which I can do like that, and then over here like that, and then let's have a look and see how that goes. So maybe if I put this here, and like that, and the same on this side up again, and then bring this out, and then up again, and then out, and then the same on this side. So up one block like that. Is that right? Something like that. That's not quite even. Need to get rid of that block. So there we go. And then maybe if I put this across like this, and down, out, and up here. Does that look... No, that's definitely not even. What's wrong? That's not quite right. It's... Let me see. It's 2 on this side. So I need to put that block there and that block there, which doesn't match the bottom one, so I'm going to have to do that. And put that in. Put the cyan block in there. Not there. There. And that's still not quite even. I think it needs to have that and that. Oh well, I'm going to keep testing and see how it goes. And this is the theoretical design I've come with. I'm really not happy with it because it doesn't at all match the blocks I've got over here. Now, maybe if I lowered it by a block and then had this at just too high and going all the way up and over, it would look a little bit better. So I'm going to try that and see how it goes. This is starting to head in the right direction, but I'm still not entirely convinced. Maybe I'll put it all the way up to the top and see how we go, and then I'll make a judgment call as to whether I put it in the realm or not. And looking at it from down here, it really looks like the middle block has just been a little bit misplaced. It looks really bad. So I'm going to shift the bottom block down a bit and see what happens. And there we go. I rebuilt up the wall so it's just straight lines across. All of these are not quite squares. These are squares and these are rectangles. I think this looks a little bit better, though it really looks like someone just copy-pasted the design over. And I think I can do a lot better than this. So I'm going to keep thinking and see how we go. And I'm back, and I reckoned the design with just the squares and the rectangles looked a little bit like a apartment complex, just too squarey, too boxy. So I've changed up this bit so it's now diagonal, so it's little arches, trying to mimic the bit over here. And I'm actually missing a little block here. If I put that back, that does look a little better. It's starting to mimic, again, as I said, the arches just over here, the entrance arch. So I'm going to see if I like that, and it's certainly moving in the right direction. And of course from the back it's quite simple. It's just a straight wall. It's just a too thick design instead of the bits over here which are actually too thick as well. It's just a straight. It's just a little bit easier to build it. And of course the main concern is back here that I can just put a single white concrete wall and mimic the rest of the walls of the external/internal walls. And there we have a slight improvement. This bit now has just been the 2-bit squares at the top have now been extended, so they just go up and over, and I think that looks quite nice. Again, there's one more change I want to test, and that's seeing if I get rid of all these, and of course fill in the back bits, the missing bits, with the cyan concrete, like so. Let me just finish that, and I'll explain exactly what I meant. And there we go. So let me see if the left side looks better than the right. And I'm not yet convinced. I think I might need to get rid of this bit here and see if that looks any better. Again, I'm gonna finish it off and then show you what it looks like. Come on, there we go. Be better if I stopped making a lot of mistakes. And there we go. I'm really not convinced. I think I'm gonna have to put these squares back again. I think that would look a lot better. With the squares restored, it's now time for me to change a slight bit over here, and I think if I change this bit over here, so there's arches now in the middle, and so once again I'll build it and see if it looks any better, and I might have changed that bit here, and just behind this block over here to make it good. Not sure about that one, but again, and then I can leave the bottom one as is. Oh wait, now I've missed one at the top. Wait a minute, no. I need to make that one come down to here, and then put the cyan block over there. That top art looks a bit weird because it comes up way too high. Again, decisions need to be made here as exactly how it looks nice. Looking at this here is actually a step in the wrong direction. While the arches are good, I think the top bit looked a lot better with the giant arch, which I had just gotten rid of, so I'm going to have to slot that back in. And again, once again, I'll build it and see how it goes. And after a little bit of building and rebuilding and tearing it down and so on and so forth, I've come up with this, and it's still really not quite right. It's still missing just a little bit of something to definitively finish it off. So I'm going to have to keep thinking and going back to the drawing board and rebuilding and destroying all over again just to see exactly how I think it would look nice. And here we go. It's not the best design in the world, and it is one I had built earlier, but I think it's the best design I can think of right now, and now it's time for me to build it in the realms. And there we go. After a little bit of building, I think it took about half an hour to 45 minutes, I finally finished up this bit. And the reason why it took so long was I had to gather all the sand and gravel and the cyan concrete, because I didn't have a lot of that. I only had about half a stack, and it's not quite enough to finish up what I had here, so most of that time was gathering. But yeah, it's now finished, and I think it's time for me to start on something again in the inside. But I believe that's all I've got time for today. It has been a little bit of a shorter episode, but we've managed to get quite a bit done. We've built up the first shop in the shopping centre, and we've connected quite a bit more of the stuff in the shopping centre itself, like the walkways on the top level, and of course the the wall on this side. We've built up the decorations and the middle bit over here, so that's quite a bit of a good day's work. If you have liked this episode, remember to leave a like and subscribe to see more content, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye!